So I'm gonna keep doing these challenges. I'm gonna start with this one. I think I'll probably just do one today. The title from the title it seems easy, but it says it's 6Q, which was hard for me the previous ones, and it was the same level, so it might be harder than it looks. If we list all the natural numbers below 10, there are multiples of 3 or 5. We got 3, 5, 6, and 9. The sum of these multiples is 23. Finish the solution so that it returns the sum of all the multiples of 3 or 5 below the number passed in. Additionally, if the number is negative, return 0 for languages that do have them. Return 0 for languages that do have them. I don't understand this statement. If the number is negative, return 0 for languages that do have them. So I assume some languages don't have negative numbers. Note, if the number is a multiple of both 3 and 5, only count it once. So the first thing that comes to mind is nested if statement. And I can make the conditions for the remainders of the division to be equal to 0. The only thing that I'm not sure about is this negative number thing, because I know in C++ you use different types depending on what the number is. But I think I can use ints. I'm gonna try with ints. I'm gonna declare them here first. Well, actually I don't need to declare. It's already, I'm only gonna use the number given. If number remainder 3 equals 0, and I always forget that is different in C++. Number 5 equals 0. Oh, I'm gonna need probably an array to store these numbers. And I already forget. I think you can just do int r. I'm gonna use numbers just to make it easier. And now I don't remember. I think I'm gonna look it up. How to initialize array C++. Because I remember the examples I saw was with the size. I don't know if you can initialize it without a specific size. No, it's gonna be at least the size of the number given. I also have to put the condition if n is smaller than 0, then it is equal to 0. I don't think it's best practice to initialize with the number, because the final amount of numbers is not gonna be the same size of the number. Obviously, because not all the numbers are divisible by 5 or 3. So it's gonna be always smaller, and it's always gonna be different. So I'm not sure if I should initialize, because if I don't initialize it as an array, then it's a problem. because then it's gonna think that is a normal integer. Maybe we can just initialize as empty. Like this, it works. I'm gonna test it out like this. 2, 3. And here I'm gonna put if number less than or equal to 0, number equals 0. And I think these statements have to be nested, these if statements. So maybe I should erase this. So now I have to push these numbers. Oh, actually, that doesn't make sense now that I think about it. Because I have to get from 0 to the number, not the number itself. So I need to do a loop here. So I'm gonna erase this. For ints I equals 0, I greater than or equal to number I plus plus. Yeah, this makes a lot more sense. So if I, then what do? I append. So I'm gonna see how to push, how to append items to an array C++. I'm gonna create these three different arrays, get the sum of all of them, and then sum the sums. And I think it might probably work. I'm not sure. I'm going to add an int into an array, but the problem is that I don't know what the index is now. There's no way to do what you say in C++ with plain arrays. The C++ solution for that is by using this STL library that gives you the standard vector. You can use a vector in this way. So I think I'm gonna do that, and I think it's fine to add libraries because of the solutions I saw in previous challenges. And then to initialize vectors is different, so it might be a good question to ask what's the difference between arrays and vectors, because I don't really understand. And then I can use this pushback. Then all I have to do is do the same thing here, same thing here. Then at the end, I'm gonna get the sum of all of them. I need to put an else statement here, I think, and put this for loop inside of the else. because it's probably better. I don't think it would change the answer, but it's probably better to do this. So I'm gonna search for what's the difference between arrays and vectors. I think I will watch this later. Watch a video about it later. Oh, so you need to do a for loop just some. The other thing I could do is just sum in a variable. I don't need to use a vector. Yeah, that's much better actually. Why didn't I didn't think of that? So I can create 3 variables instead. var1. Just gonna use this name so I don't waste a bunch of time thinking about what name to put. So here instead I'm gonna make var1 plus equals I. And learning this C++ so far makes me realize why people build other languages, because there are so many things that you're doing that is just repetitive and more annoying. And then people figure this out and create functions to put all these methods encapsulated in some other methods to make the language easier to use. And then of course downside is a trade-off, the speed. But I think it's good to know C++ because it also helps you understand how programming actually works at a deeper level than the other languages, I think. So hopefully this works, then I can sum. I could also put just in one variable. Yeah, what am I doing? Because it doesn't matter. It wants the result of the sum of everything, so it doesn't matter. I wonder if this is gonna give me a problem though, because here I have to return. Because I'm not sure if it's gonna stop here. So it's probably this thing that is messing me up. Yeah, it's counting this one and then going over the other ones. So maybe I should do if here. And then I make the, because then I think it's gonna stop here if it, I'm not sure, on test. I didn't change anything. So I can do else here and put this shoe inside of the else statement. Okay, now hopefully it works. Hmm. So what am I doing wrong? Oh, it doesn't change anything because it's gonna hit the true anyway. Yeah, so this is dumb. The problem has to be on these conditions. Doesn't make any sense to be anything else. So let me think. So I can separate them into variables, I think. Yeah, but then it doesn't matter. And here I'm probably no, no. So let's see, you have 3, you have 5, and you have 10 and 9. So 3, 5, 9, and 10. 18, 19. Isn't 24 the sum? 27. Why is 23? Or maybe it counts 5 twice? Oh, 6. God damn, so dumb. Plus 5, plus 6, plus 9. Yeah, so it doesn't count the final number. Oh, maybe that's the problem. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Hmm. That's weird. But how does it work on the first one? Oh, it's probably because there is no number that is divisible by 3 and 4 and 5. So it has to be the condition here that is the problem. Only count it once. So one thing I can do is a flag variable. Yeah, but then it doesn't feel like it's the best way to address this. So let's try like this again. And this one had passed already. And there we go. Nice. No, so that was a lot easier than I thought actually that it would be. Let's see how much time I have. And 20 minutes. I think I can try another one. It's weird because it says that it's 6Q, but the other problems were a lot more difficult than this one. I think I'm gonna go to the next one. I think I'm gonna stop here, just so I have the. I'm gonna stop the streaming, restart, just so I have the in separate videos.